In past episodes, not only have we game hunted at these stores, but we've also traded totes full of crap games for crazy credit. So how much will we get today, and for which games? All our local Second and Charles stores have shut down because they were outbid on their leases. What can you do? But a new store just opened up, a new location, right? We're heading in there today. Will they trade with us? How much are we going to be getting? And will they have some retro bangers in stock we can walk out of there with? I filled the bag with a bunch of slow movers and low value items. I have no money in any of this stuff. It's all from various flea market lots I've already turned a profit on. So first things first, we got to walk in here and drop this stuff off for appraisal.
And was there anything in there that you wanted us to take a special look at today, or is it just game stuff?
Yeah, it's just game stuff, and I'm usually in the market for the same, so.
Sounds good.
Now they have cash or trade credit options, just like a GameStop. So, of course, the cash option is going to be less than the trade credit. The goal when you go into a Second and Charles store is always this. Step 1, bring in a bag of crap. Step 2, find games priced lower than their value on eBay to buy with your credit. And step 3, flip those games for their actual eBay value, turning the trade value figure into your cash on hand. Now this is a little more in depth than your average GameStop appraisal, of course. It can take them a little while to look through everything. So for now, we're going to go scope out the bangers. They keep the high dollar items in a case up front. That's where we want to look, right? Not necessarily, because if they're already putting these games in the case up front, then they're potentially already overvaluing these items. It doesn't take an expert to know that Pokemon, Zelda, and Mario games command high price tags. Take Mario Sunshine, for instance. They have a mint copy here that's just gorgeous, priced at $44.95. Average value online is about $45 to $50. There's a Kirby Air Ride here, also in great shape, priced at 80 big ones. Again, this is right in line with eBay pricing, prices ranging from about $80 to $90. But again, we need items selling online for more than the sticker price here. We gotta pay fees and ship these items, and we want our cash in hand after sales to match the trade credit we spent to obtain these items. Good flips in these stores can be the games you least expect. You never know where they're gonna slip on their prices. So again, the appraisal was gonna take a while. I stepped out for lunch, and no sooner had I finished up, I was getting my text notification that they had finished the appraisal. Now to go back in and see how much trade credit we're getting. Honestly, I'm expecting about $50 for this bag of crap, which is absolutely fine knowing what I can turn that figure into in a store like this. The thing about Second and Charles, though, is they don't tell you what they're buying from you, and they don't tell you what they're giving for each item. All you get to see is the trade credit in the offer and what they hand you back that they didn't want. It sounds weird and almost shady, but I've never been given a trade credit back that I was unhappy with.
I brought my bag back in so I could.
Like these are the ones we could not take.
Okay.
For what we could take, it was $73.40 in store credit or $40.45 in cash.
Well, we will do the store credit.
Okay.
I'm telling you, here we go again. $74 in credit, pretty much, and I'm being handed back about half of the stuff that I brought in, so fantastic. We're totally going to take that. I'm telling you, it's like this every time. I have no idea what they were valuing in this, but we're totally going to take $74 for this. Now it's time to go see what we can spend this trade credit on. And all this extra crap we can take to trade elsewhere. We're heading out to the game section on the floor, which more than likely is where they're going to be accidentally undervaluing some stuff. And again, it may be the games we least expect. The retro selection here hasn't really had time to build up. There's a few interesting carts here, in decent shape, but the money's not right on them. They've got Rune Factory 1 and 2 on DS here, which I'd love to have. But unfortunately, they're both missing the manuals, and both are priced right about what they would go for on eBay. There's some decent looking Star Wars Gamecube games here, but some of them are priced a little too high. So here we go, a copy of Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 for the Gamecube in really great condition. They're at about $17.75 here, and a copy in this condition recently sold for about $30, on average for about $25. This is a perfect pick, and of course a very saleable franchise. This is a margin that works. Looking through the Wii games, I spot a copy of FIFA 15 Legacy Edition, and I know what you're thinking.
Ew, sports games.
Nah, but FIFA 15 was the last FIFA on the Wii. The newest iterations of sports franchises on old consoles generally hold some value. This game is priced at $17.50. It looks great. Copies have sold in this condition recently for about 25 bucks. Again, this is exactly the kind of margin we need to have on these games. Now I'm checking out their PlayStation 1 games, often undervalued. I'm seeing some stuff with potential here. Star Wars Rebel Assault 2, complete in box. Very saleable game and very clean copy. I've sold this one many times. They only want $9.95 for this copy, and complete in box copies average about 18 bucks right now, giving us plenty of room to work with this game. Ooh, here we go right here. This is what I'm talking about. Man, I love collection discs. Here we got Midway Greatest Hits Volume 2 for the PlayStation 1 in fantastic condition. And speaking of collection discs, what are your favorite collection discs out there in the game world? Let me know in the comment section below, because you know that I love getting a conversation going with you. There's 6 games on this, and they're all fantastic games. All of them are games that I love, especially Road Blasters. That was one of my jams in the arcades. And if you watch the show, you know I'm a Crystal Castles nut fanatic. Love Bentley Bear. This is marked at only 5 bucks. Now, the game itself online is only going for about 10 bucks, but still, I mean, that's half what it's going for. In this condition, and as much as I like this, I think this game's gonna be a keeper. Maybe just throw this one on the shelf. These PS1 games are all in great shape. Here's a game called Wild 9, Torture Your Enemies. I gotta admit, I've never played this one. So the producers of Earthworm Jim were apparently in on this? I don't know. I mean, this game, it looks cool and it's in great shape. It's priced at $14.95, and copies in this condition have recently sold for 25 bucks. Again, that's what we're looking for. Definitely grabbing this. I always check the strategy guide section because you can find some really cool and undervalued books over there from time to time. I see a Pokemon Sword and Shield guide here in gently used condition. These average about $18 online in this condition, $20 in some cases. This thing's priced at only $6.25, and it's a book, so this can ship cheap, right? The margin's definitely there. I gotta grab this. We've almost used up all the credit we had to spend, and we're doing good so far. I do want to use it all. There's some gorgeous RPG books here too, and I love getting those when they slip occasionally on those prices, but most of these are priced around retail. There's a Star Wars Edge of the Empire role-playing game apparently. I've never played it, but it sounds pretty cool. This Game Masters kit is marked down to 10 bucks. The one behind it is priced higher. I see this happen a lot in these stores. If there's more than one copy of anything, you need to check them all. These sell for about 25 to 30 bucks online, so 10 bucks is a great price. It burns up the rest of our credit, right? I gotta throw in a few bucks of my own, but yeah, it closes us out and it's a solid flip. We know we're gonna make money on everything that we got here today. So I closed the deal with them. We're turning half a bag of slow movers, potential non-movers, into $74 of credit, and we're getting a bunch of stuff that's gonna end up being worth a good bit more than that. So a win is a win is a win, right? I mean, we went into this place with a big bag of slow movers, stuff I had no money in, right? That would have just sat there forever if I'd even gotten around to listing any of it. Who knows how long it would have taken to get rid of it all if we even were able to. Now, push it right over the counter at these guys and they're handing us back 74 bucks. We reinvest, we're holding $100 in hand practically for a bunch of stuff that we just didn't need, and we're still holding half the stuff. That's the beauty of it. That's why you got to go to Second and Charles, man. It's like my recycling place. I go and you just give them the crap and they give you money, and it's such a cool store full of so many different kinds of media you can look around at. You're bound to find something each and every time you go in there. Even found a game for keeps this time, which I love to add to the collection. Even as big as it's getting, I still find stuff every so often that I don't have that I want to hold on to physically, and that's just a fun time. Hey, What did you think about this episode? I hope that you enjoyed yet another trade episode at Second and Charles. And hey, if you want to see another fantastic trade video at a Second and Charles store, I'm going to put a link right here so that you can keep the action going right here. More Emceemur action all the time. Make sure you drop a like on this video if you haven't already done so, and subscribe. And I will see each and every one of you again on the next one.